So now it's recording. I'm going to put the spotlight on me. And yeah, I can see you. Okay, now Jean's here.
Hi.
So yeah, we're going to get started. All right, so start. Come back here so you guys can see me on hands and knees, right? So don't be fooled. We're going to get to the Pilates eventually. You guys can be like, it's yoga. It's not yoga, right? But we are going to start just by coming to a tabletop. Hands and knees pose. I have that over here so I can check my notes later. And just doing a couple cat-cows, right? So you're going to let your back flex, tuck your tailbone, drop your belly, look up, and then tuck your chin, ground your back, follow your armpits. So just go here, just to wake up the spine a little bit, and we're going to start waking up our core a little bit. So just take 3 or 4 rounds right here. And then eventually, we're going to be back in neutral tabletop. Now, as you come to neutral tabletop, you're going to tuck your toes. And then lift your hips up and back. Come into a down dog or an inverted V here, right? Just for breath. Now, from your down dog, you're going to shift into plank. So you've got to adjust your hands and your feet, right? That's what we want here. So as I shift forward into plank, I can bring my shoulders right over my wrists and drop my hips just below my shoulders, and my feet are front of back, right? Now, if this is hard for you, you could be in a modified plank. What we're going to do here is go from plank to down dog, plank to down dog. If that's good for you, start to do that. If you need to drop your knees and you're here, right, go from modified plank, push back into child's pose, keeping your hands and your knees where they are, right, and then come back up to modified plank. So you could be here, right, or you're in plank, down dog. All right, so do that about 5 more times. Now you're starting to wake up the core a little bit. Last one. Now, you're going to hold in your plank here, right? So you might be here, maybe you're down on your knees and you're here. We're going to hold for 30 seconds. So really think about your positioning here. Make sure your shoulders are right over your wrists. That's true if you're in plank or if you're in modified plank. If you're in full plank, you want those hips to be just below your shoulders. You don't want to be piking up like you're back in down dog. And you definitely don't want to be sagging down. That's bad for your back. If you're down in modified plank, you've got to keep that tailbone tucked in so you're still one straight line from your shoulders to your knees. So you're not pushing back into tabletop. That's our tendency when we come to modified plank. All right, take about 4 more breaths here. One more breath. And then let yourself shift back into down dog or child's pose. If you're in child's pose, bring it up to tabletop. Everybody's gonna come up into down dog here. Bend your knees, look between your thumbs. Bring your feet forward, your hands. Now come into that forward fold. All right, so in forward fold, bend your knees as much as you need to so you can get your belly to your thighs. All right, I want you to start to feel your hamstrings here at the back of your legs. Now from here, you're just going to plant your left hand on the mat. Take your right hand up to the sky. Let yourself twist to the right. Drop that right hand down. Take your left hand. Bring it up to the left. Now come back to center here. Come into your forward fold. Let your hands come to the tops of your feet. Use your core here. Ragdoll yourself all the way up to standing. All right, so now we're up in standing. So what we're going to do from here, we're going to start to do our standing leg circles. So your hands can be on your hips, your hands can be at your chest, your hands can be overhead if you're feeling like you're ready to really challenge yourself. Right? We're going to put all of the weight into the left foot, come up off your right heel. Now, if you need to hold on to a wall or something here, right, I could be here holding onto my wall if I need to, if balance is an issue. But if you're good, stay right there. Now you're gonna take this right foot, you're gonna kick it forward. So your toes are pointed here. Now your foot can be on the ground or you can keep it up the whole time. You're gonna bring it around to the side, flex your foot, drop it back down. Now, do that same thing about 4 more times. Forward and around. So you're pointing as you kick forward, flexing as you bring it around. Do it twice more. And you can drag your toes on the mat the whole time if you need to for balance. Or if you can keep that foot up, keep that foot up. If you need to take your hands to the wall, take your hands to the wall. All right, so then come back. Now you're just standing tall. We're gonna take that same leg. So you're still stabilizing the left leg, moving the right leg. Come up off your heel here. Now you're gonna, again, point that foot, but you're gonna kick it straight out to the sky. And then flex it, bring it around back behind you to drop it next to the left. So it's a little U shape. So we're gonna do that 4 more times. Take it out to the side, flex it, bring it around. To the side, flex it, bring it around. Next one, and we come back to center. All right, now, last thing here, we're still gonna stabilize the left foot, still gonna use the right foot. You're gonna flex that foot so your toes are kind of coming off the ground. You're gonna keep the foot flexed the whole time. You're gonna kick it back behind you, but don't lean forward, right? It's not here, I'm not trying to kick back into my wall, right? I'm just trying to bring it a little bit back behind me while my shoulders stay over my hips. Sweep it around to the side, backside mechanics. Do that 4 more times. Kick it back, bring it around. Kick it back, bring it around. Back and around. Last one here, back and around. Now drop it back next to the left. So now you're just here in that standing mountain again, right? Kind of walk from side to side a couple times. Feel the difference in your legs now. Right, that right leg feels nice and loose. We've been opening up. That left leg feels a little heavy, a little tight because it's been stabilizing for you and it hasn't moved. So now we're going to switch it out. You're going to put all the weight into your right foot. Let that right leg be your stabilizer again. If you need a wall, go to a wall, put one hand on the wall. Come up off your left heel. So first we go straight forward. So the foot stays pointed, you kick it forward, flex it, bring it around to the side. Do that 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now from here, we're gonna take it out to the side. So again, you come off the heel, you're gonna keep the foot pointed at first, take it straight out to the sky, to the side, flex it, bring it back around. Do that 4 more times. Out to the side, flex it, bring it around the back. So you're making a little U shape. Last one here. Bring it all the way in. All right, now you're standing tall here. Now we're gonna take the last thing, we're gonna do the back side. So the foot becomes flexed. Your toes are kind of flipping up off the mat. The foot stays flexed the whole time, left foot. You're gonna kick it back behind you, but don't lean forward. Keep your shoulders over your wrists, and then bring it around. Right, if you can see your shirt, the wrinkles in your shirt shouldn't change because your upper body is staying perfectly still. Do that 2 more times. Kick it back, bring it around, kick it back, bring it around. All right, now we're gonna come to a stop here. We're gonna go into our skiers. So you're gonna bend your knees, send your hips back and down, right? Drop down. Keep my hands, my hips for now, just to check it out. Make sure that my hips are back behind, far enough back that my knees don't cover my toes. And make sure I can wiggle my toes, keeping the weight in my heels right now. Now, take your hands, see if you can reach them forward. Right, so you're still low, your palms are facing each other, thumbs are coming up to the sky. Now you're gonna come forward here. You keep your knees bent, bring your belly down to your thighs, but keep your back nice and flat. So your front of your head is pointed towards the front of the room, not all the way down. Reach your hands back behind you so your palms are up to the side and your thumbs are pulling together. Now you're gonna come up here, see if you can keep your knees bent, right? So you're just coming up and reaching your hands forward, bringing your chest up. So your legs didn't change. Do that 4 more times. 4, up, 3, 2, and 1. Up. Take it back. Now, what we're gonna do here, right? This time as you come up, you're gonna come all the way up. So you're gonna press into your feet. Let your arms come overhead. as you push yourself up. Right, but then we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna drop all the way back down. So you start to bend your knees, send your hips back down, sweep your hands back behind you. So it's a bigger movement now. Do it 4 more times. Push up, all the way up, arms overhead. Drop down, sweep those hands back behind you as your belly comes to your thighs. Up and down, do it about 3 more times. Last one. Right now, we're gonna come back to our chair, sweep your hands back behind you, right? And then I want you to pull it up to where you were before. So you're lifting your belly, taking your arms straight in front of you. And then from here, you're gonna straighten your legs, drop your hands to the mat, come to forward fold with the belly to the thighs, and the crown of the head facing the floor. All right. All right, now you're gonna slowly come up here. Again, you're gonna take your hands to the tops of your feet, ragdoll roll it up. Right now, as we come up to standing, so we're just gonna do some leg overs here. You guys know these, we've done them before. Right, pretend there's a big foam roller standing in front of you, right? You're gonna kick your right foot forward. You're gonna bring that right foot over the foam roller, or whatever's there, and bring it all the way around. So it doesn't, imagine there's just like a little post here. So it's just to the right side, because you kick your leg forward, and you gotta lift your leg up and over. Right, so you got 4 more times. Kick your leg forward, lift it up, and over. Last one. And come back. Now we're gonna do that on the other side. So pretend that pole moves slightly over to the left. So you're okay to kick your leg forward, right? But then you gotta lift it up high and bring it around. Do that 4 more times. Forward, high, and around. And if you need a wall, you got a wall. Grab it onto a wall, hold your opposite hand onto a wall. All right, 2 more here. Last one. Come to a stop. All right, now from here, we're gonna do our high knees. So bring your feet just slightly apart. So your feet are at least hip width distance apart, maybe slightly wider than that. You're gonna bring your right leg up, tap the inside of your right knee with your left hand, drop it back down. So you're just going back and forth here. Right knee, left knee, right knee, left knee. Think about bringing those legs as high as you can, really pulling that knee up into your chest. Right, so it's not here. Really thinking about getting high, and it's not fast. Right? I'm more concerned about how high you can get the leg and how fast you can move. Two more here on each side. 1, 2, 2. Right now, we're gonna do our back tap kicks. So I'm gonna come a little bit more forward, coming off my head, but it's okay, so that you can see behind me. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna take my right foot, I'm gonna step it back, I'm gonna step back into a lunge, right? I'm stepping right foot back, bending into my left knee. I'm gonna push off those right toes and kick my right foot straight forward. Then I'm gonna drop it right down next to the left. So the next time I switch sides, coming into a lunge, stepping my left foot back, bending into my right knee, pushing off the left toes, kicking the left foot forward, dropping it down. So do that about 6 more times on each side. You can make it a little faster, but again, speed is not the point, right? It's about the range of motion in your legs. All right, last one here. On each side. Boom. Right now, I'm gonna stop here. Now, we're gonna do, we call these butt kickers. For obvious reasons, I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see. I'm just gonna take my right leg, I'm gonna lift it up, bend into my left knee, see if I can kick my left heel, I mean my right heel, to my glute. Here, and then here. You hold onto a wall, you hold onto a wall. Hands can be on your hips or heart center. Again, like I said, whenever you do these, you really want to challenge yourself and get the heart rate up. Take your arms overhead. 2 more on each side. Right now we're going to come just up here, turn back around, or I'm going to turn back around to the front. All right, so now what we're going to do from here, this is where we're going to first start using our weights. Now we're not going to use weights in this first round, but have your weights ready to go. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to start by stabilizing on my right leg. So you're going to take your left leg and just kick it out to the side. As you kick that left leg out to the side, you're going to let your arm come with it, so it's going to look like this. Right? And again, if you need to do this on a wall, do it on the wall. Right? So I just want you to do this 8 times. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 1. Right now, we're still on the right leg, right? We're still stabilizing on the right leg. Now what you're going to do, you're going to kick your left leg back behind you. You're going to take the left hand with you. So again, the left hand is going to mirror the movement of the right leg. So it looks like this. You can lift it high. I'm going to move forward here so that I'm not kicking my wall, right? Go as high as you can. If you can bring your chest parallel to the ground, then go for it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now you're going to kick your left foot forward this time, right? So again, you're still stabilizing the right foot. Again, your left arm is going to do the same movement as the left leg. So as you kick the left foot forward, the arm's going straight out in front of you. Drop it all down. Okay, 6 more times like that. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now we're going to come around. We're going to do that same thing all on the other side. So now you're stabilizing on the left foot. So put all your weight onto your left foot. Your right leg is going to move. So this time, first straight out to the side, just like we did before, right? Your arm does the same movement as your right leg, right arm, right leg. So it's here. 8 times. Now, I'm going to stop here. Now you're going to go back behind you. And again, your right arm is going to go along with your right foot. So kick the right leg back, lean forward as much as you can. Back up. Lean forward. Back up. 6 more times here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way up. All right, now, last thing here, we're going to go out to the side, or out to the front, sorry. So again, your right hand does the same movement as your right leg, so they both reach forward. All right, do that 6 more times. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right, so now we're going to grab our weights. So we're going to do that same thing again. You're going to grab your weight, put your weight in your left hand. All right, so I had to change the temperature in here. This is the nice thing about being in our own houses, right? Carol can have it at 85, somebody else can have it at 55, and everybody's comfortable. All right, so here's what we're going to do here. Now, You're gonna move your left leg again. Now, same thing, right? You're just gonna hold the weight in your left hand. So as I kick my left foot out to the left, my left arm is still gonna go with it. Don't bring that left arm higher than shoulder level when you're using the weight, right? So that's back to your shoulder, so you're just taking it straight out. 6 more times. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right now, we're gonna go back. As you go back, right, you're gonna turn your hand. So your knuckles are towards the front, right? Your fingertips are going towards the back. So I'm gonna feel it in my tricep as I take that right arm, that left arm back, right? So I'm gonna kick my left leg back, take my left arm with it. Come back up. 7 more times. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now coming all the way up here, I'm going to take that foot forward now. Now as I kick forward again, I'm going to take my left arm straight forward. You want to have your left arm parallel to the ground, right? Not higher. Stops here, comes back down. Just like your left leg, right? So you're kicking that left foot straight forward. Like you're trying to punch your toes with your hand. Last one here. All right, now we're going to switch. We're going to do all that on the other side. I'm going to take my weight into my other hand. And then first, we're going to go straight out to the side. So I'm stabilizing my left foot. Right? If you need to hold onto a wall with your left hand, hold onto a wall. Take your right leg, take it up, take that right arm up. So your knuckles are towards the ground, right? Back of your hand is up to the sky. Don't bring it higher than shoulder level. Drop it all back down. Do that 7 more times. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it all back down. All right, now from here, you're going to turn your hand again. Now you want your knuckles towards the front of the room, fingers towards the back. So we can kick back, work that tricep. So you're kicking your right leg back, lifting your right leg, leaning forward if you can. 7 more times. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, time to stop. Now turn your hand back in so that as you bring that arm forward here, right, your knuckles are going to be towards the ground. Your knuckles are going to be towards the front of your fingertips towards the ground. Right, so we're kicking that right foot forward, lifting the right arm straight in front of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one. And 8. All right, time to stop here. All right, you guys all feel good, hopefully? Yeah, give me a thumbs up.
Yeah, doing good.
Okay, good. All right, so now what we're gonna do here, now you're gonna use both weights, right? You're gonna grab 2 weights. Now, I'm not gonna lie, doing this, what we're gonna do right now with 5 pounds is a little bit light, especially for me and probably for you. If it feels heavy, right, it means you're not doing it right. If you have something heavier and you wanna use it, right, if I'm doing this for real, I would do it with like 15 pounds, right? I don't have 15 pounders at home, so I do it with 10s when I'm doing it at home. I'm gonna use my 5s right now. Again, if it feels too heavy, right, it probably means if you're doing it with 5-pound weights, it probably means you're not doing it right. Now you're gonna come to a forward fold, right? Now, what you're gonna do from here, you're gonna keep your back nice and flat. We're gonna come all the way up. So you're keeping those weights close to your body and just healing yourself up. So it's a deadlift, You know what those are, right? And taking your hands back. It's about your hamstrings and your back. It shouldn't be about your arms. You're not grabbing those weights and pulling them up. You're letting your legs and your back do the work. So coming forward here. Now you can come all the way down. Most of you are good yogis, so you probably can come all the way down. If you can't come all the way down, then stop wherever you need to, and then you're slowly peeling it back up. So when you do that 8 more times. Right, let your arms be heavy, right? I'm not bending my elbows. My arms aren't doing anything except coming along for the ride. Keep your weights super close to your body, right? You're not taking them out here. Keep them close. Just letting them slide along your legs as you come up. That's where the work is. Last count, we're gonna do 4 more. 4. 3. 2. And right, so now we come all the way up here. All right. Bring those weights off to the side. I'm gonna check and see what we're doing next. I think we're gonna lunge. Okay, check. All right, okay, so from here, you're gonna take these weights. Now the weights are gonna go to the sides. We're gonna do some lunges here. We're gonna step back. So I'm gonna come here to the top of my mat so you guys can see what's going on here. I'm gonna step back with my left foot. I'm gonna keep my right foot forward. And then I'm gonna have my weights, start with my weights right here at the side. So I'm like in a cactus arm standing mountain. As I step back with my left foot, I'm gonna push the weights up to the side. So I'm lunging and I'm pushing the weights up. As I step back forward with my left foot, drop it back to cactus arms. Do the same thing here with the right foot. Step it back, push the weights up to the side, drop it back down, step forward. All right, so just alternating here. You're gonna do it 8 times on each side. So 6 more. 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Now come forward, let the weights come down for a second. That might have gotten your heart rate up a little bit. If it did, that's okay, right? That's what happens when we take the weights overhead. It makes our heart rate go way up. All right, now what we're gonna do from here, we're gonna do the same thing, we're gonna step back. This time, instead of lifting the weights overhead, we're gonna twist. So I'm gonna take my hands to heart center, right? So now I'm like standing out with my hands to heart center. I'm gonna step back with my left foot into a lunge. As I step back with that left foot, I'm gonna twist to the right, so towards my hip knee. Take those weights towards the right hip. Now bring it back to center. Step back forward with the left foot. Step back with the right foot. And twist. Come back. Step forward. All right, so keep going here. We're doing it 8 times on each side. So we're gonna do it 6 more times here. One more time on each side. That's that. 3 more times. 2 more times. Last one. Come back to your standing mountain. Let those weights come down to the ground. Do a little Tai Chi here for a couple breaths. Right, so here. Let everything open back up. All right. Now we're gonna do one more set of lunges. Right, then we're gonna do something different. All right, so you're here. You're gonna keep your right foot forward. Now this time you want your hands at your sides. I'm taking my fingertips towards the top of the mat, right? My back of my hands are going towards the back of the room. So I'm gonna step back with my left foot. As I step back with my left foot, I'm just gonna do a basic bicep curl. So I'm gonna bring my hands up to my shoulders. You're gonna step forward, let those weights come back down. All right, so when you do that, 8 times on each side. So that's 1, we're gonna do 7 more. Just curling as you step back, bringing those weights down as you step forward. 5 more here. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And then come all the way forward. All right, now, from here, okay, one more time. All right, I'm gonna come to the side. So we're gonna lunge back here, but it's gonna be a little bit different. You're not gonna step back forward. So you're gonna keep your right foot forward, step your left foot back. So we're gonna come into the lunge. And once you come into the lunge, take your arms, scoop them back behind you, right? So you're trying to get your chest to hover over your right thigh. It's like a thunderbolt we do in yoga. If you need to drop your left heel, drop your left heel. If you can keep the left toes forward, keep the left toes forward, and just pulse with your arms. 8 times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back forward. Now go the other way. Step back with that right foot. And lift the arms up. Chest is hovering over the left thigh. Crown of the head towards the front of the room. Pulse here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step all the way forward. All right. Now I'm pretty sure we're done with the lunges here. All right, so what you're gonna do from here, you're gonna come wide. I'm gonna be facing forward here. All right, you guys are gonna step out wide on your mat. I dropped my weight. All right. So you're out super wide here. Legs are wide. You're gonna turn your heels in and your toes out. And then you're gonna bend into your knees, let them track right along your ankles. Drop your hips down, but keep your chest open, right? So you're not here. You're here, you're up, you're sinking as low as you can. Like there's a string on your tailbone pulling you towards the ground. And once you get here, bring your hands to heart center with the weights. Right, so like this. Right, now, you're gonna open and close your arms. We're just gonna do it 4 times at first. Get used to it. So you're here, and then you're here. Keep your elbows below your shoulders, right? So you're not way up here, right? It's here. So we're opening up. You want to feel it through your pectoral muscles. Okay, let's do one more like this. Bring your hands together. Now, this time, and we're going to do that same fly motion. We're going to open up with the arms. But as you open up with your arms, see if you can lift your heels up off the mat. So it's like this, right? Now, if that's hard for you, do it one at a time. Open up and just lift your right heel. And then close it up. Next time, lift your left heel. And if you can do both, do both. Sink low. I found myself coming up. We're going to do it 6 more times. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring your hands together. Let yourself come all the way up. Turn your toes back towards the front of the room. And once your toes are back to the front of the room, you're going to toggle your feet back together so your legs are just a perfect hip width distance apart. All right, now you're going to keep the weights in your hands. Come down into chair. You're going to bend your knees, send your hips back and down. Keep that chest lifted here. Okay. Now, what we're going to do from here, your hands are just dangling. So right now, my hands are right by my thighs. I'm going to bend into my elbows and pull my hands to my ribs. So it looks like this. So I want you to go up and down. So it's a little rub. You're staying in your chair. I'm going to turn sideways So you guys can see what's going on here. It's like I'm trying to pull my shoulder blades together behind my back. There's a pencil along my spine. I'm trying to squeeze it as I bring everything up and down. So you're not going out, right? It's not this. Elbows are staying close to the body. You're working your upper back, right? Do it 5 more times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And there, let the weights come down. Then let yourself stand all the way up. All right, take your arms up overhead. Press your palms together here and do a little back bend. Should feel good. And then let yourself come all the way in to forward fold. Now, as we come in to our forward fold, all right, we're going to come slowly back up. So you can take your weights with you, or you can pick them up later. But you're going to bring your hands to the tops of your feet, ragdoll roll it all the way up. Now, from here, you're going to step your feet out wide again, right? But you're going to keep your toes mostly pointed forward, right? You can turn out a little tiny bit to kind of like this. All right, now, what we're going to do here, you're going to keep your hands along your thighs. We're going to do, these are called Pilates squats, because they're wider squats. So you're going to squat down. You're going to bend your knees, send your hips back and down, right? As you do it, you're going to pull your weight straight up to your shoulders, so your elbows stay in grip. So it's basically a hammer curl. It's going to work your biceps. Now, as you come up, arms go down. Okay, so it's like this. All right, do that 8 more times. 8. Take as low as you can in the squat. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right now we're going to go all the way up. Bring your feet back together. Now I'm going to do this facing forward. At first I'm probably going to cut my head off the camera. That's okay, right? So I want you guys to see what's going on with my body. Later I'm going to come back to my mat and turn sideways. So take your hands, bring your weights to heart center. Step back with your left foot so that you're in a lunge. Okay, now you can see, actually that's wrong, step forward. What you're going to do, you're going to step back with that left foot, but you're going to bring that left foot into a curtsy lunge. So it means as my left leg goes back, it's going to come outside my right foot, right? So I'm here. And once I get here, I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to punch it over to the right. Lower so you guys can see my arm, right? Then I'm going to bring that hand back in and step all the way back. Do it the other way. Step back with my right foot, bend into my left knee, so it's a lunge. But I'm bringing that right foot outside my left knee. And take my right hand, punch to the left. Come back, bring it all up. All right, so we're going to do that 8 times on each side. I'm going to come here so you can see my whole body now. I'm going to step my right foot back, punch to the left. I should go the other way. It doesn't matter which way you go first, right? Just alternate your sides. Step the other way, punch towards your bent knee. That's the important thing, right? One more time to each side. Three more times. Two more times. Last one. Come all the way up. Let yourself come all the way down into a forward fold. But keep your weights here, right? I'm going to turn forward again. This is going to be the last thing we do from standing, and then we're going to take it down to the mat and do a few more things from the floor. All right, so you're all the way down. Keep your feet about hip width distance apart. Right, this is basically like a clean and press, if you're familiar with that. So we're going to come up. You're squatting down as you come up, pulling those arms along your chest, and then you're going to turn your hands forward, right? You're gonna come all the way up, arms overhead. 1, 2, 4, let's see, right? And then we squat back down. You're gonna bend your arms, come back down. So come up, up, down, down, all right? Up, up, down, down. We did about 5 more times. Twice more. Last one. All the way up, let those arms come all the way down. Now from here, we're gonna make our way down to the mat. So let your weights down there. You're gonna use them again once we get down. Take them up to the side so that you're coming down. You know where they are. I don't want you to step on them or roll over them or do anything else. It's gonna hurt. Now from here, on that. Oh, let's do this first. Okay. So what you're gonna do here, you're gonna come, take the weights in either hand. Let yourself come all the way down. Now, you're gonna take your arms out as wide as you can. Up against the wall. So move out a little bit. My arms are wide. My feet are on the ground. Now, I'm gonna push into my feet. I'm gonna lift my hips up off the ground. As I do that, I'm gonna bring my hands together over my chest, right? So it's here. And as my hips come back down, my arms are gonna come wide again, right? So you're lifting in a bridge and you're pressing your arms together. As you come down, the arms are wide. Now you wanna make sure that those weights are over your chest, right? You don't want them down here by your belly. You definitely don't want them over here over your head, right? It should be a straight move. So as you lift your hips, and your arms come straight and they end up over your chest. Okay? You want to angle your arms. We're working the pectoral muscles here. We're also working the back as we come up and down with our hips. The legs a little bit as they kick in. Lift your hips up. All right, do 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let yourself come all the way down here. All right, now from here, we're just going to use one weight for this next bit. Right? It could be a heavier weight if you have a heavier one. You want to switch to something heavier, you can. If you just got your 5s or your 3s, you just want to use one weight, it's okay. Right? Now what we're going to do here, we're going to take that one weight, lift it overhead. So you're here, you're gripping on either side of the weight, the can, the water bottle, right, whatever it is you're using. And you're going to tuck your chin to your chest. We're trying to do basic sit-ups here. So you're going to lift up, and as you lift up, you're going to take that weight, bending your elbows, and then you're pushing it forward. And it actually helps you a little bit to get up, right? Because it gives extra weight to your upper body. So you go all the way back behind you, lift up, pull it in, punch it forward. So it's like this. Again, if it's hard for you and your feet are flailing around, try adjusting your feet. Maybe they need to move a little bit further away from your body. Maybe they need to move a little bit closer to your body. If it still doesn't work, then you're just going to come halfway up, right? Come up as high as you can without trying to force yourself to come all the way up. All right, so I want you to do 10 more here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, and last one. All right, now come all the way down. As you come down, now move your feet in so that if they move out further or further in, you want your knees right over your ankles. Take the weight and just rest it right on your belly. Put your hands to your sides. Now we're going to go back to those bridge flows again. You're going to try to keep that weight resting on your belly. So pushing through your palm or through your feet. You can let your palms pop out a little bit if you need to, otherwise keep them light. Lift up, right? Now, if you need to, you can put a hand on your weight, and up and down, right? If you're able to keep it just right there, keep it just right there. Mine rolls a little bit, especially when it's a 5-pound weight, but it's not going to come and roll all the way back at you. So just come up and down here. If this seems super easy to you, you're not really using your hands at all. Try adding on with your hands, lift your hips up, take your arms overhead, and back down. About 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And all the way down. All right, now from here, come over, roll to one side or the other, push up. Now you're going to come from here. You still want to have one weight available. You're going to come into tabletop again. Great. As you get here to tabletop, take your weight and bring it to the crease of your right knee. All right. So you're going to kind of tuck your toes in a little bit. So you're squeezing that weight in. You want to go anywhere. Get your shoulders over your wrists. All right. And first, we're just going to do some donkey kicks here. That means you're going to lift your right knee up, take your right foot straight up to the sky, and then bring it back down. All right. So we're going to do that about 8 times. So 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 2, and 1. Right, and then from there, we're going to open it up out to the side. Do that about 8 times. So it's like a fire hydrant kick, right? Going 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, all right, come all the way back down. Now from here, you're going to switch it out. Take the weight, now move it over to your left leg. I'm just going to turn around here so you guys can see me. You can see where you are. Right, so I've got that leg in my left, or that weight increases my left knee. I tuck my left toes under first to make sure I've got that weight nice and steady. And I'm going to kick straight out into the donkey kicks. So we're doing 8 of these. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're going to come straight out to the sides in those fire hydrant lifts, right? So it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're going to come back into our tabletop now. From tabletop, first just going to take the weight. I'm going to turn around here so I'm on the right side at first. All right, so you're here. Now, I'm going to give you the option. You can come either into a plank or a modified plank. Some people like to do this, take both weights. I hate this, but some people like to do it. Take both weights, put your hands on the weights. So as you come into modified plank or full plank, you're holding the weights. I like to just keep my weight in front of me and put my hands on either side of it. You'll understand what I'm talking about here in a second. All right, so you're either in plank or modified plank. Now you're going to take that weight into your right hand and you're going to row. So it just means you're going to pull your elbow straight back, right? So the weight didn't come away from my body. My elbow's going up to the sky. Drop it down, come back to your plank, switch sides. Do it on the other side. Okay, so I'm doing it from modified plank here. Harder, you can do it from full plank. Right? Try to keep your hips as square to the mat as you can, right? So you don't want to be here. We're letting those hips open way up. And keep them square. It's hard. And then you can be here with both weights and just going back and forth. Like that, so the way it feels on my hands. But again, a lot of people like that. You do it for modified plank. Do 4 more on each side. 3 more. 2 more. last one. All right, now let yourself go back to child's pose here. Just leave your weights to the top of the mat or keep your hands on them, it doesn't matter. Just want you to release that low back. We're gonna do one more working thing here. So come into tabletop. Take one weight, it's gonna be in your right hand, okay? So I'm gonna have my hand on it, on the mat. Take my left knee, my left foot to the left, step my right leg out long, and I'm gonna take my right hand with the weight and lift it up to the sky. So I look like this, right? So we're gonna work the obliques a little bit here. What's gonna happen, keep your left shoulder over your left wrist. We've done these before in yoga, right? Just without the weight. But you're gonna take that right hand, dive it down, it's making a big circle, right? Take that weight underneath your left armpit, and then open it back up. Just like this. Now, you can make this harder by taking a full side plank, taking your left leg long, or you can stay in the modified. I want you to really cave that chest toward the mat as you're reaching under, open it back up. That way we're working the obliques. It's not just in the right arm. All right, do 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open back up. All right, now let that right arm carefully come back down. Bring yourself back around the tabletop. I'm gonna turn around here and go the other way. You guys can see me, right? So set it up here. You just need the one weight. Take that weight, this time underneath your left hand. Take your right knee, kick it out to the right. Take your left leg, extend it long, and take that left arm up the sky. So you look like this. And you're turning your chest, diving those left fingertips underneath your right armpit. And opening back up. Get about 10 times. Again, if you want to make it more, you can take your right leg and extend it long. Do it from here. Whatever you're doing, from full plank or from modified, make sure you keep that right shoulder right over that right wrist, right? So you want to be here for that forward. You definitely don't want to be here where you're laying the shoulder and over the wrist. So I haven't even counting, but we're going to do 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that left hand down. Come back around the tabletop. Let yourself come all the way down into child's pose. All right, now when you're ready, we're gonna come up into tabletop, right? Now from our tabletop, move your weights all the way out of the way. I'm back here, so not in my way, because we're not gonna use them anymore. We're gonna come into a pigeon here. I thought this is Pilates, so it's not pigeon, it's sitting swan, right? We're gonna come to sitting swan. So you're gonna take your right knee, bring it up to your right elbow, or to your right wrist. Then you're gonna walk those right toes across the left edge of your mat. As far across as you can, so those right toes are hanging out. They come towards your left wrist, but probably not all the way. Tuck your left toes under, start to move your left knee back. So your left hip drops towards your right heel. Hands are in front of your right shin. Now push up at first, look up, and then you can let yourself come down if you want to. Maybe you stay here on your palms. Maybe you drop it down to your forearms, or reach your arms out and come all the way down to your head. All right, if pigeon's not for you, let your right hip come all the way down to the ground and pull that left knee in, the sole of your right foot. Bring your hands in front of your right shin here and just walk it forward like this in your deer, which is what we usually do. But because we work those legs so hard today, I want you to stretch them out a little deeper. So if full pigeon works for you, I want you to come there. It should feel good. Maybe not good. It should feel necessary. 3 more breaths here. And you're slowly going to bring your palms back up as you came down, right? And then tuck those left toes under, move that left knee in. So you can slide that right foot back, bring it back into tabletop. And once you're at tabletop, take your right leg and just extend it long. Press those right toes into the mat. Press your right heel towards the back of the room to feel that calf open up a little bit. And then just drop that right knee down next to your left. Let's do those on the other side. So you're going to take your left knee, bring it forward to your left wrist, and then walk those left toes across with the right side of the mat. Start to tuck your right toes under so you can move your right knee back and let your right hip drop towards your left heel. Get as far back as you're going to go. Press your palms into the mat, really open up that chest. And then from there, let yourself come down if you want to come down. To your elbows, your palms, or all the way down to your chest. Pressing that right hip down toward your left heel so you feel that stretch with your left hip. That's what we want. All right, now from here, we're ready to get back up to your palms. Tuck your right toes under, move that right knee back in so you can slide that left leg back to tabletop. Once you get back to that tabletop, take your left leg, extend it long, press through the toes, press that heel towards the back, open up your left calf. And then drop that left knee down. Now you're going to let your hips go to one side or the other. And then we're going to swing our legs around in front of us. Come here. You can come into an easy sit, right? Or if you'd rather, you can have your legs just extended in front of you. We're just going to do a couple little stretches for our arms here since the arms do work a lot more than they usually do in Pilates. So take your hands up to the sky. And then take your right arm and pat yourself on the back with it, right? And then you're going to take your left elbow, bend into your left elbow, take your right hand, or your left hand to the edge, the tip, I should say, of your right elbow, and just start to push that right elbow down. So right hand's sliding as far down your back as it can. Okay, so you should feel this through your right tricep. Take about 3 breaths here. From there, release those arms. Now take them out wide to the sides. And then take that right arm, start to reach it across your body. Take the left arm, cross it under. So maybe you come here elbow to elbow, and you're pulling it up. Maybe you take your hand, which is what I like to do, and push and support that left elbow. Maybe your hand's here out by your right wrist. And you're trying to pull that right arm as far across your body as you can. You want to feel that stretch through your right shoulder. Get more breaths here. Release that right arm. Now we're going to do those on the other side. So you're going to sweep your hands back up to the sky. Pat yourself on the back with your left hand. Bend into your right elbow. Grab the tip of your left elbow with your right hand. Push it down. Release. Take your arms out all the way long. And then from here, you're going to sweep your left arm in front, cross the right arm under. Again, maybe you come elbow to elbow, support the elbow. Maybe just grab your left wrist, but you're trying to pull that left arm as much as you can across your body to feel that stretch in the left shoulder. And then release here. Now we're going to come around. We're going to come all the way down to our back, and we'll finish up with our legs at the wall, right? So take your feet to the top of the mat with your knees up to the sky. Let yourself round all the way down. Let your hands come to your sides, and then take your feet straight up to the sky and flex your feet. If you've got some wall space and you want to scooch up, against the wall. Take your feet up to the sky. You can do that. You can be here with your legs literally on the wall. It's a waterfall. The legs at the wall. Either way, flex those feet. You're gonna point it up towards the ceiling. I'm gonna come down. You guys stay there. Take a couple moments. Let that blood go from the feet where it pulls all day back to your head and your heart. We need it more. Feel good. Feel relaxing. All those inversion benefits. You can stay here as long as you want. When you're ready to come out of it, if you're in regular waterfall, you're just gonna bend your knees and let them scrape along your face and body as you drop your feet back down to the mat. If you're up on the wall, just bend your knees until your feet are against the wall and then let yourself roll to one side or the other. And that is our Pilates practice for today. Right? So I'll see you guys all again on Wednesday. Hopefully I recorded this all well and good, and I'm going to email it out to everybody later today. I'll see you guys Wednesday for some yoga, those of you who make it. Let me know if you guys, did you guys like the weights? Was it too much like Tiffany's class, or was it okay?
No, it was good.
Okay.
I like the variation. Yeah.
So next week we might go back to some more traditional Pilates on the mat and really working the core. But that was just a little something different for today, something everybody has, right? Instead of weights, even we might all have a stability ball, but at least we have some stuff. All right. I will see you guys all Wednesday. Hope you have a great
Okay.
Bye. Thanks,
Thank
Paul.
you.
Thank you, Paula.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
There's Aunt Judy. There's Aunt Judy.